All right, it's mid-January, and been hunting pretty hard lately, to no avail really. I haven't been seeing much, and you know, I've been hunting some corn piles, and I'm not a huge corn pile guy anyway. In fact, it's not my favorite way to hunt, I'll just say that. But it's been pretty effective up until this point. The deer now, they've just gotten so, I guess, skittish. They've been hunted all season, and they're pretty much just acting nocturnal. So this afternoon, you can tell it's very windy. I decided to come off into this swamp, put my stand on my back, got my recurve, and we're just gonna walk till we find something. I'm looking for natural, you know, food. I'm looking for deer feeding on something, whether it's privet hedge or water oaks or whatever. I'm just going in with an open mind, and I'm already finding some good deer trails right here. So let's see. You can tell it's thick in here. I'm gonna keep picking my way through. I got a pretty good idea of what these deer do, just by hunting here a few times before, but I just don't know where I know where they're coming from, and I know they've got to be stopping somewhere and eating something. So, right there. Good trail. I don't know. Maybe I can find something this afternoon. Y'all stay tuned. Well, I just jumped a deer. Let me show you guys what I found. Pretty good. I just jumped a deer right over there, about 75 yards away. I gotta see what that's all about. Closing in. Alright, y'all, I found me a good spot. I found a red oak. It's dropping still. Still got acorns in the tree. Beat down pretty good in here. You see deer tracks. I like that cedar, but I think that one limb may get me in a bind. There's another cedar right here. There's not much cover in here. Looks like the deer gonna be walking up down this ditch. You can see that ditch across there. I think I'm gonna get right there. Yeah, we're fixing to do it right here. Y'all stay tuned. This ought to work. Alright, so here's my cedar tree. Here's that ditch. Here's the red oak right here. And there's a trail coming down this side of the ditch right here, 5 yards. And there's another trail over there, and then there's one right down here crossing, coming in. I got a northwest wind. Ought to be perfect. As you can tell, I got a lot of work to do. All this has to go up there. Plus this big old cell. So luckily we got enough wind that maybe it'll mask my noise. I'm kind of running short on time, so I'm gonna get busy. But I like my chances. I'm finally getting set up this afternoon, and I got a good spot. I got a red oak right here, just dropping still, and I'm way back here in the middle of the swamp. I've been hunting east of here about 350 yards, and the deer just not getting there until real late. So I decided to come back in this swamp and see if I could find some natural food that they've been eating. And I did. I found a red oak. There's actually a couple of them in here. And I got in this big cedar tree, and it is dialed in. I had to do a lot of work to get it right, but that's a good spot. Check this out right here. I've got a buddy of mine called me the other day. He said, hey, I got something for you if you want to come by the house. He had these aluminum arrows. These are Easton XX75. Easton XX75 2413. Advantage camo. Been a while since we've seen that, hasn't it? Fleshed them up with some 4-inch shield cut feathers, put me a lighted knock on them. Flying good. Of course, you know what I got on this end. This is a Simmons 190 grain timber shark, 1 3/4 cut. Man, she's sharp. Very impressed with this head. This is I've tried it out this year for the first time. I've been shooting some other Simmons heads, but I really like this timber shark. And I'm hoping, with a little bit of luck, we can put one through a deer this afternoon. You know, there's an old saying that hard work pays off, and I believe that. You just never know when it's going to pay off. I put in a lot of work this afternoon, and hopefully we'll be able to reap the rewards. If these deer do what I think they're going to do, they should come from over my left shoulder, coming to this red oak. The wind's kind of shifted a little bit on me, which I'm not crazy about, but it's kind of swirling. I got some squirrels over here. It's driving me crazy. I'm gonna get quiet and we'll see what happens. You guys stay tuned. Maybe we get it done. Give me a second. You gotta love it. You know, when you work so hard for something, for it to work out like you think it's going to, man, it's awesome. It's 4:50. Hang on, man, before I go any further, let me do something. I'm gonna show you guys a tip right here, okay? If I can find my app. Alright, you got your compass out. The last place I saw that deer, I learned this trick now from Mr. Warren Womack. If you don't know him, then look him up, Warren Womack on YouTube. He's a heck of a deer hunter, but an awesome woodsman. But he showed me this right here. The last place you saw the deer, point your compass and make a mark. Okay, so when you turn your compass, if you tap on it, say you point it the right direction, you tap, it locks it in at that. So once you get off of your bearing, it turns red. So I'm gonna point it the last place I saw that deer, which is 220 degrees. And now I've got a point of reference when I get down and I start blood trailing. I can go to the last place I saw that deer. And it's a very, very helpful tool. Anyway, now that we got that done, let me try to explain what happened. They came in great. Everything, I heard them coming, I was like, tiptoeing in here. Well, it looked like 3 big does or maybe 2 big does and a yearling, I'm not sure, but I wanted that first big doe bad. Well, she came in here perfect and was fixing to just, oh gosh, she was fixing to read the script. I had a few things in the way, and right as I'm getting ready to pop her, she smells something. I think she probably smelled where I'd maybe trimmed the limb or scouted or something. She smelled where I'd been and caught just enough whiff that she turned around and was going to leave. And I tried to shoot her. I tried to stop her in that one little hole without freaking her out. Just a little. And by the time she finally stopped, I had one little sapling in my way, so I had to shoot a little bit behind it. And what I didn't realize was the fold-out viewfinder on this camera right here. I guess my string hit it. I heard my string hit something when I dropped. I thought, what the? And I noticed my arrow hit right in the guts. I mean, dead center of the body, it looked like. And anyway, I thought, what my arrow hit? I mean, my string. And my viewfinder was shut on my camera, so I believe it slapped that viewfinder and knocked it shut somehow. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I worked as hard as I could this afternoon to make this happen. And I bet I cut 20 cedar limbs off this tree trying to get it to where I actually had a shooting lane or two. And I could get the stand up in here. Had great cover. They never knew I was here. Except for the fact that she caught a little whiff of something. And, you know, it is what it is. We got an arrow in her. And it'll kill the deer, for sure. I just gonna have to give it some time, I think. I never heard the deer crash, so. But how about a mid-January acorn hunt? You gotta love it. That's just, I've been getting frustrated. I've been getting whooped on these deer. They hadn't been cooperating. And I said, the heck with the corn, I don't need that stuff. I go back to my roots, put the stand on my back, put my knee boots on, get in the swamp, and use my woodsmanship. And, hey, to put one at 15 yards, that's the goal. Stuff happens sometimes, but I feel like I won because I put the deer where I needed it. I keep thinking I hear something. I'm gonna sit tight for a little while. I done reloaded this thing over here, so who knows? Alright folks, here's my arrow. The deer was standing, let's see, where's my sapling? Deer was standing right here. That's where she kicked and took off. I got a little bit of blood here. My arrow was laying right here. And honestly, it looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. It smells okay. I don't smell any gut. And I thought that's all I was going to smell. But I don't know, maybe we got some liver, but I know we got some long, so. And I've got complete confidence in my broadhead that it did its job, so let's see what happens. Alright guys, we got her. The Lord has blessed me with a beautiful afternoon and a nice big old doe. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm glad to get this one. The shot is a little better than I thought it was. You know, when I released the string, my string hit the viewfinder on the camera, actually broke my touchscreen. My touchscreen doesn't work anymore, so I got to see about getting that fixed. But so the arrow got kind of knocked off course a little bit, and is actually better than I thought. So wound up getting both lungs, and the deer went 80 or 100 yards, not far at all. So it was a tough track job. I'll tell you what, it's thick in here. It's a big privet swamp. And this deer went right up in the middle of it. But I'm glad to get this big doe right here. To shoot a big doe with archery tackle right now, man, it's tough. The woods are bare. The deer have been hunted hard. They know the drill. And you can tell by watching this video that it about came unraveled on me this afternoon. But we got the best of her, and hey, got to do it with aluminum arrows too. That's pretty cool. You know, you can't hardly find those aluminum arrows like that anymore, not those old ones. So if any of you guys got any Super Slam XX78s, something in a fairly stiff spine, I'd like to have them. Drop me a message or something if you don't mind. I'm gonna get this big doe taken care of and make my way out of this swamp and go home and get some supper. But glad to get this one right here. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And I'll keep it coming. Appreciate you guys.